Hey guys, what's up? It's Aalyezah. Welcome back to my channel. I feel like it's been so long since I've actually formally talked to you guys, even though I just uploaded my moving vlog. Do not mind my bed. It's kind of just, it looks like that. Like I just mentioned, if you haven't watched my last video, we moved. It's only like a few houses down from where we previously lived. What is this piece of hair? My life's been a little bit hectic recently, but here I am doing the video that I promised you guys I would do. I have my iPad here. We're gonna be reading my unreleased fan fictions, and they're unreleased for a reason. Either I didn't complete them, they're bad, or they're bad and I didn't complete them. Yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing today. Like this video if you guys like it. I have a whole Wattpad playlist on my channel if you guys want to watch any of my Wattpad videos. That is enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and get right into this video. First, we're doing the weekly shout out. Today's notification shout out goes to Maddie O. They said thank you so much for these videos. Also, you are stunning. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Yes, I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying the Wattpad videos, and I'm glad that they're helping a lot of you guys out. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I think I'm gonna be reading one chapter of each of these books. First book, it's called The Show of Summer. This was supposed to be a Jacob Sartorius fan fiction. Now, if you guys follow me on Wattpad, you guys can scroll through all my works, and you guys have seen that I've written a previous Jacob Sartorius fan fiction. That one was called Dare. But I think I have the draft of the first chapter over on my Wattpad right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to Wattpad. We're gonna read it together. I wrote this. I literally have this. The Show of Summer, Jacob Sartorius. It says her first live concert in front of thousands of people, and she couldn't be more excited. But when she meets a special someone along the way, will she be able to balance her career and a relationship? Yeah, honey, no. I have the draft of the first chapter over on my notes. I haven't read this since I tried to publish it on Wattpad. You're gonna be doing this with me. Chapter 1. It was finally the day. The day I had my first ever live performance. I've been singing for a while, and I still can't believe how many people I have here with me who love to do the same thing. I was one of the special performances along with Sabrina Carpenter, Jake Paul, AJR, Forever in Your Mind, Alex Iono, Skylar Stecker, and Jacob Sartorius. They are all really talented, and I can't wait to see them. I'm beyond excited for the show in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Time skip. It's currently Tuesday and I'm finishing up my packing so I can leave for the airport. The show was Saturday, but the managers of the show wanted the special performers to come in early and practice or whatever. It was currently 11 a.m. here in Cali. Thank you. It was currently 11 a.m. here in Cali. When I arrive, it'll be about 2 p.m. there in Hershey. Time skip. I gathered the rest of my things and walked downstairs. Hey mom, have you seen my headphones? I asked, walking towards her. Yeah, they're on the table, she said, pointing at it. I walked over to the table and grabbed them. Are you excited to meet everyone? My mom asked, gathering the last of her things. Me and my mom and my manager, Victoria. I think I chose the name Victoria because I thought of Victoria Justice. But now whenever I think of Victoria from The Bachelor, and I literally hate that name now. But anyways, we're traveling together, and since I am an only child, I'll be the only child going. As for my dad, he works in the Navy, so I don't see him often. But that's besides the point. We all got in the car and made our way to the airport. We got to our gate a few minutes before we had to board the plane. After waiting a minute or so, we boarded the plane, took our seats, and waited to arrive in Pennsylvania. 2 p.m. We arrived right on time, which was perfect. We were now in an Uber on our way to the hotel that all of us would be staying at for the weekend. 2:10 p.m. Oh, also I forgot to mention, if the lighting is going in and out, the sun is literally playing peekaboo right now, so I don't know if it's gonna bother you. We arrived at the hotel, checked in, and went up to our rooms. Me and my mom shared one, and Victoria had her own. Hurry up and get ready. We leave in 20 minutes, my mom tells me. Okay, I reply and start getting ready. I changed my outfit from my pajamas to a decent outfit. It's very basic. I was a very basic person. I touched up my makeup, and then we were out the door. 2:20 p.m. We got to the venue a little early. We weren't supposed to be there until 2:30, but the people were nice enough to let us in. Name, a lady asked, approaching me. YN. Okay, right this way, she said, leading me into a hallway. We made it down the hallway and stopped in front of a door. This is your dressing room, she opened the door. Make yourself at home, she greets me. The way I said she or I or they after someone says something every time. And I realized that I did do that a lot in like a lot of my old books, which it really bothers me because you don't necessarily have to say she said while doing this. You can literally just have them say something. We all set our phones and stuff on the coffee table and admire the room. If you need anything, I'll be at the main stage setting up, the lady says, and then leaves the room. Okay, now let's get to it, Victoria says, sitting down. Your performance, I sat down next to her. What about it? I curiously reply. What song are you performing? Pause. Aren't you supposed to figure that out before you just get put on a light up? Like, aren't you supposed to figure that out once you know you're gonna be performing something? Like, don't you have to tell the people that are like doing you know, the music and production at the show, oh, this is the song I'm gonna perform, get that track, you know? Like, aren't you supposed to do that, or am I stupid? What song are you performing? Most Girls, I say, unsure. I've been singing for as long as I can remember, but I haven't started writing my own music until recently. I don't have any songs out yet, but I'm working on an EP I think my supporters will love. I know I'm loving it so far, and I just can't wait to share with everyone. Okay, yeah, you could do Most Girls, and what else? Victoria asked, ready to write it down. I'll do Most Girls and Pretty Girl. I reply. With that song, you'll have to change some of the words. I know, I say, looking up at my mom. Knock, knock. I'll get it. I stand up and walk over to the door. Well, that was the first chapter. Here's the author's note. I hope you enjoyed the first chapter to this book. I want to keep them short and sweet because it's about a concert, so I want to make sure that there are plenty of chapters for you all to read, and there's an update coming soon. That is the only draft of the chapters that I have on my notes app, but the next book we're going to be reading is called Living in a Fantasy, and I think this was a Zion and Brandon fanfiction. Yes, I currently have 8 chapters written, which is actually not that bad. This isn't like a draft on Wattpad. I just have like the name of the book and like the description of it, and I didn't make the cover yet, but I honestly really like the concept of this book. It was a bad time for me to write it because I didn't know what I was doing. If you guys like the drafts that I'm reading and you think I should like remake it and actually publish it as a book, let me know because I'd be down to do it. It's not that I was a bad writer, I just didn't know how to do certain things, but I'm better now, so let me know. This is the description of the book. Zion Kuonu, the new kid, Brandon Aalyezah, her best friend's brother. There's only one way this could end. I think that is a great description. This is the first chapter. Chapter 1 is called Where It Begins. The night before junior year, 6 p.m. Who cares what Amanda's gonna think, my best friend Kelsey said as she sat down on my bed behind me. I do, I said, turning to face her. Katrina, I'm gonna say this one more time, she said, standing back up. Amanda's a cold-hearted bitch who doesn't care about anything or anyone, probably not even herself, she said, handing me a shirt from my closet. Yeah, you're probably right, I sighed and turned to face my mirror that was hanging off the back of my bedroom door. Probably, I'm always right, I glared at her through the mirror. Katrina, Amanda's been a bitch to us since we met her at camp. Why do you all of a sudden want to be her friend? Pause. Here's a little backstory. Kelsey and I met during summer camp for cosmetology. There we became really close, and it's also where we met Amanda, aka the popular girl. To summarize for you, she picked on us and we were the laughing stock of camp. Now our first day of junior year was tomorrow and I was panicking. Anyways, back to the story. It's junior year and I don't know, I just want this year to be drama free and exciting, I guess, I said, plopping face down onto my bed. Kelsey sat next to me. Trust me, this year will be unforgettable, she said, laying down beside me. Plus, I heard that there's this new transfer student, she said, sitting up. And that's relevant how? I replied, following her actions. He said to be really cute and a senior. Senior boys are never good, my mom said, bursting through my door. Kelsey and I both turned in her direction. Mom, how would you know? I replied. I was you once, don't forget, she said, leaning against the door frame. I shook my head. Came for something? I said in a confused tone. Yeah, dinner's waiting for you downstairs, she said, walking away. Time skip. Kelsey and I both were walking downstairs when her phone buzzed. She looked down at her phone. It's my mom. My brother just got home from camp, she said, then shoved her phone into her pocket. You never mentioned you had a brother, I said, sitting down at the dining table. Yeah, that's because we're not that close and he's a year older than us, she said, beginning to eat. I turned to look over at her. It's not like we're gonna be hanging out with him, she said. Well, yeah, but it still would have been a nice thing to know, I replied. Sorry, she responded. Time skip. 30 minutes passed and Kelsey was still helping me choose an outfit until we finally decided on one. Now we can finally go to sleep, I said, turning off my light and plopping down next to Kelsey, who was already laying down on my bed. Junior year, here we come, Kelsey said, then quickly drifted off to sleep. Monday morning, 6 a.m., first day of junior year. I woke up to my alarm blaring into my ear. Once I finally decided to stop pressing snooze, I woke up Kelsey and we both began to get ready. I showered, did my hair and makeup, then put on the outfit that took way too long to pick out. Here's the picture. After I was dressed, I slipped on my Doc Martens, grabbed my book bag, then Kelsey and I headed downstairs. Morning, Mom, I said, pouring a glass of orange juice. Morning, she said, walking down the stairs. Keys, I replied. She then threw me my car keys. Yes, I have a license. Yes, I have a car. And yes, I'm 17. Okay, I won't be home till later, so please lock up before you guys leave, and please don't forget to check the mail when you get home, my mom said, putting on her coat and shoes before walking out the door. I won't. Have a good day. Love you. Love you too, she replied, shutting the door behind her. Well, school starts in 20. Want to grab coffee? Kelsey suggested. Hell yes, I said as we walked towards the door. Once arriving at Starbucks, obviously, we got our drinks and headed off to school. Basic white girl shit, but that was me at one point. Time skip. I walked through the front entrance while Kelsey walked over to the side entrance since her first class was on the other side of the school. As I was walking in, nothing out of the ordinary happened. Guys were whistling and staring at me. This was something that happened pretty often, so I was used to it. After walking inside, I found my locker and put everything inside, then proceeded to shut it closed. The bell rang. I walked into my first class and took a random seat. Someone sat down next to me, but I didn't think anything of it. Good morning, class, and welcome to junior and senior biology. This class does have both juniors and seniors, so please try to get along, the teacher said, walking around the room. Now turn to the person next to you. I turned my head to find a guy, a really cute guy actually. He had dreads and brown eyes. He smiled at me. I'm Zion. I smiled back. Katrina. The person next to you will be your lab partner until the end of the semester, so get used to them, the teacher said, interrupting everyone's conversation. Time skip. The bell rang. That's all for today. We have a quiz this Friday, so please study for it. It's worth 15% of your grade, the teacher said as everyone started walking out the classroom. I walked out of the class and up to my locker. I put the biology book inside and shut it closed. Damn it, Zion, you scared me, I said, jumping a little. Sorry, he said, smiling. What's up? Well, since there's a quiz this Friday and I know for a fact that neither of us know anything about biology, I thought we could study together, he said, leaning against the locker next to mine. I nodded my head. Yeah, for sure. Well, if you want, you can. I completely zoned out of what Zion was saying. I looked over to my right, but didn't make it obvious that I was looking. And that's when I realized who it was. He was clearly looking at Zion, who was still standing in front of me. I knew that if I didn't do something and something fast, he was going to try some shit, and I panicked. I looked back at Zion. Can you do me a favor? I asked, cutting him off. Yeah, sure, he said, still leaning against the lockers. Kiss me, I said bluntly. What? He said, not fixing his posture. I saw him from the corner of my eye, starting to walk towards us. Damn it, Zion, just kiss me, I said, staring at him dead in the eyes. He then put his hand on my waist and pulled me up against him, then quickly pressed his lips against mine. I then wrapped my arms around his neck and pulled him closer, deepening the kiss. I waited about a minute or two before pulling away. So are you gonna tell me why you just made me kiss you in the middle of the hallway, or? He said with his arm still around my waist. I could tell you, or we could pretend it never happened, I said as I removed my arms from his neck and began to walk away. He grabbed my wrist and turned me back around. No, he said. What? You can't just ask me to kiss you and then walk away pretending like it didn't happen, he said, still holding my wrist. Why not? He put his hands on my waist and pushed me up against the locker, which in a way turned me on. Don't ask. He smashed his lips onto mine while my hands rested on his shoulders. He pulled away. What was that for? I asked, still against the lockers. Now we're even, he said, kissing me once more before walking away. Zion, wait, I said, catching up to him. Come to my house after school and I'll explain, I said, walking beside him. I'll think about it, he said, walking away. Okay, so the he said, she said, I said, yeah, I needed to fix that. That's probably why I didn't publish it. It's like really repetitive. I'll think about it, he said, walking away. Zion, I yelled across the hall. I gotta go, he replied. The bell rang. I looked at the schedule on my phone and went to my next class. Time skip. Literally, all I could think about was Zion and how we literally just had a full-on makeout session in the hallway. The bell rang, signaling that it was time for lunch. I got out of my seat and walked to my locker. I put everything inside and closed it. Damn it, Zion, I said, jumping again. He smiled. Give me your phone. What? Give me your phone, he repeated, only this time holding his hand out. I pulled out my phone from my back pocket and handed it to him. He typed something in and handed it back to me. Text me your address and I'll meet you after school. Okay, is all I responded with. I have to go, but I'll see you later, he said, walking away. I smiled and walked into the cafeteria to try and find Kelsey. Time skip. Now can you please tell me how you ended up making out with a new kid this morning? Kelsey asked. I saw Justin. Okay, I chose the whitest names. Like, no offense to Justin Bieber because I like his music, but like, I saw Justin, I said, completely changing the subject. Justin as in, yes, that Justin, I said, cutting her off. I thought him and his family moved to Connecticut. So did I, but I saw him in panic. Zion just happened to be there, so I asked him to kiss me. And he just said yes. No, but he didn't say no either. Wait, rewind. How did you even meet? We're biology partners and we're talking about studying for a quiz on Friday, and that's when I saw Justin from the corner of my eye. So I panicked and told Zion to kiss me. And then it just magically turned into a makeout in the middle of the hallway. Kelsey, what? I gave her a look. Look, all I'm saying is Amanda's probably already had her eyes on him, and if she finds out you're making out with him, what? She's gonna humiliate me? It's not like she hasn't done it before, I replied. Speak of the devil, Kelsey said, looking behind me. I turned around. I swear if she walks over here, and as you predicted, she walked over here. Katrina, she said, sitting down next to me. Amanda, I turned to face her. What do you want? What I want is for you to stay away from my boyfriend. She said, gripping onto the smoothie in her hand. He doesn't even know who you are. How is he your boyfriend exactly? He will, and then he'll be all over me. So do yourself a favor and leave him alone. Before I could say anything, she poured her smoothie all over me, making it drip down my face, hair, and my clothes. She laughed and then walked away. I wiped the smoothie away from my eyes and walked out the cafeteria away from everyone. I walked into the bathroom to wash my hands, and then I called my mom because there was no way in hell I was going through the rest of the day with smoothie all over me and in my hair. Wow. Okay, there was no author's note at the end of this one, but I think I just like stopped doing that at one point. That was the draft of Living in a Fantasy. Like I said, I have 8 chapters written for this book, so if you guys think this has potential, then like let me know, because I would definitely do it if you guys want me to and publish it. Okay, so we have one more to go over. This is a Brandon fanfiction, I think. It's called The Dancer and the Singer. This currently has 5 full chapters written and an intro. The description says, 2 worlds collide, creating unwanted drama. I feel like that, I don't even know where I came up with that, but like, that's there. Literally the intro is 2 seconds, so I can just like read both. So you know those girls who are extremely popular with a bunch of friends, have rich parents, and are captain of the cheer team? Yeah, well, I'm the complete opposite. Hi, I'm Adeline. I'm a dancer. I live with my dad. Oh, and I work at a local restaurant. I just moved to LA about a week after summer vacation. My dad got relocated here, and tomorrow's my first day at a brand new school. Great, I'll be alone. But this is my last year. Thank the fucking Lord. I may seem outgoing and talkative now, but I'm not. Usually, I'm pretty quiet. I keep to myself most of the time. But I like to think that I'm a pretty nice person unless you piss me off. Then it's game on. Anyways, enough about me. Let's get into the stuff. Mr. Krabs tease. Anyways, enough about me. Let's get into the story. I do these like fake Instagram post things, so that's what that is. Like the senior year day one, like the likes. Monday, 6:30 a.m. Per usual, my alarm was going off. I lifted my face off of my pillow and grabbed my phone from the nightstand, quickly shutting it off. I scrolled through my notifications for a few minutes before getting up and getting ready. I showered, did my hair and makeup, slapped on some leggings and a pink Champion hoodie with my black high-top Converse. I had nobody to impress. I really didn't care what I wore to school. I grabbed my backpack and walked downstairs into the kitchen. Stop drinking! What the fuck is wrong with you? Take the plastic off! Anyways. Hey, sweetheart, are you ready for your first day? My dad asks, handing me a plate of food. I sighed. I guess so. Look. I looked up at him. I know you're nervous, but you're gonna be fine. Just be yourself. Thanks, Dad. Time skip. Once arriving, I hopped out of the car and walked inside. There were so many students walking around and talking, already beginning to form their little groups. I found my way to the office and received my schedule along with my locker and combo. I grabbed my locker to see books already inside. I grabbed the book I needed as the bell rang and made my way to my first class. Time skip. So far, the day hasn't been that bad. Still haven't made any friends, though. I walked up to my locker, throwing everything inside. Hi, a girl enthusiastically said, walking in my direction. Hi? I saw you in English class and I thought I should introduce myself, she said, holding out her hand. Madison. I grabbed her hand and shook it. Adeline. You're new, right? She asked, readjusting her backpack strap. Yeah, I moved here last week. Well, let me be your first official friend. I smiled. Thanks. Machi, don't spill it. What the fuck did you do?
It was like that. What the?
I know y'all don't see this nigga fucking slipping from the side of her cup. That's fucking ghetto. Anyways, back to the video. I smiled. Thanks. So are you trying out for anything tomorrow? Yeah, actually the dance team, I reply. No way, I'm a dancer too. That's cool. When did you start? I was 2 actually. I guess I'm a late bloomer. I started when I was 5. It happens, I giggled. May I ask? I raised an eyebrow. What? Did you purposely decide to wear a hoodie and leggings? Or I have no one to impress. I didn't find a need to get dressed up, I say, cutting her off. She smiled. We're gonna be better friends than I thought. I gave her a smile. I turned my head as someone ran past me. I furrowed my eyebrows and looked over to where they were now standing. There was a whole crowd of people from what it looked like all girls surrounding a boy. A girl moved from in front of him, which revealed his face. Bitch, was he cute? Hey, who is that? I asked Madison, pointing in his direction. She furrowed her eyebrows before turning around. Oh, him. I gave her a confused look. That's Brennan Aalyezah. He's in a band. Oh, cool. You've never heard of it? I shook my head. I'm not really up to date with new music. Okay, now you sound like my grandma. I laughed at her comment and shut my locker closed. We then made our way to our next class. Oh no, this is switching point of view. So this is Brandon's point of view. It was not passing period, which meant Brandon. I heard from behind me. I turned around and you guessed it. A group of girls was formed around me. They began talking to me. I smiled and nodded as it's the same girls who come up to me every day. I looked around the hall and laid my eyes on this girl, a girl that I've never seen before. She was gorgeous. She walked away from her locker, which caused me to snap back into the people standing in front of me. I think this is back in her point of view because it doesn't say, yeah, this is back in her point of view, but I didn't write Adeline's point of view. I think I just did like a little time skip line. Adeline, this is Tess, Brooklyn, and Penelope, she said, introducing me to her friends. Hi, hey, welcome to our table. I giggled at Penelope's comment and sat down. So Adeline here is a dancer. Madison blurted, my eyes widened. No way, that's so cool, Brooklyn states. I smiled, and what about you? You dance? I asked. Yes and no. What do you mean? Yes, I dance, but I don't really like to portray it to the public. It's more like a hobby. That's still really cool, she gave me a smile. Look, here they come, Brooklyn said happily. Who? I questioned, turning around. It was Brandon with who I'm assuming were his friends. I turned back around. Are you okay? Tess asked. I furrowed my eyebrows. Yeah, why? Because you're probably the only girl in the entire cafeteria who isn't drooling over Brandon right now. I chuckled. That's because I'm normal and don't drool over guys who clearly love the attention. I snapped back. She raised her eyebrows. Okay, damn. So is he not cute to you? Penelope asked. No, he is. I just don't see what the big deal is. I get he's in a band, but there's still no reason to drool over him, I replied. Okay, I like you. Thanks. The bell rang. I'll catch you guys later. They all replied with a simple yeah, and I walked out of the cafeteria into my locker. I had 2 more classes left until the day was over. Time skip. Finally, I said, shutting my locker in relief. You ready to go home? Tess asked. Hell yes, but I can't wait for another few hours. Why? I have a shift to pick up. I replied. Oh, where do you work? Madison asked. Redbird. They all gave me confused looks. It's a restaurant, I said, readjusting my backpack strap. Oh, they all say in unison. I chuckled. But I'll see you guys tomorrow? Yeah, for sure, Penelope says. I waved goodbye and began walking towards the exit. Another time skip. I opened the front door and threw my body onto the couch. Long day at work? Sadly, I replied, sitting up. So how was your first day? My dad asked, sitting next to me. It was fine. I made a few friends, I replied, taking my shoes off. That's great. Are you ready for your dance tryouts tomorrow? I sighed. As ready as I'll ever be. You're gonna do great. I looked over to him. Thanks, Dad, he nodded. Dinner's almost ready. Why don't you go change out of your work clothes and we watch the game? I smiled, grabbed my things, and ran upstairs. That was the first chapter. It wasn't bad. It just needs some work with the she, that. I have more books that I just never publish and that are drafts. So if you guys want a part 2 to this video, let me know because I'll do it if you guys want me to. But like I said, I have a whole playlist dedicated to all my Wattpad videos. Please don't forget, I had a Slurpee while making this video, so that's why my teeth look gross. I apologize. I promise I'm not dirty. Just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Okay, bye. Subscribe if you're new, like this video if you guys like it. Also, I don't know if I know I briefly talked about this on my community page, but thank you guys for over 2,000 subscribers. You're already at like 2.4K or something like that. It's literally, we're growing so fast, which is very scary. But yes, I will see you guys soon for a brand new video, and yeah, bye.